Broadcasting live from the center of the universe. It's Business School without the BS. Featuring optometrist turned entrepreneur, Dr. Robert Zellner, with USSBA Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark.
1980 was the year of my conception. From the dorm room, founded DJ Connection. Entrepreneur of the year in 07. On my path to the top, I learned about a lesson. Kicked out of college, writing a parody rap. Dissed ORU like a Trump and Rosie recap. I've been known for getting stuff done, not giving a crap. And for jocking up wins while my competition nap. Now it is the Thrive Time Show on your radio. Catch the broadcast or the podcast download. If you got a business, we'll help it grow. God's got a plan you just didn't yet know about workflows, systems, scripts, and hiring. Motivating yourself when you need inspiring. These faces made for radio and not TV. Talking everything from Clay to Z. Auto washes, banks, haircuts, and glasses. You want to sell it, we've already sold it to the masses. No classes or prerequisites. Just business school as raw as it gets.
It's a Thrive Time Show on the radio.
Oh, yes, Thrive Nation. Welcome back to the conversation. Today we are talking about what you want to talk about. We're answering the questions that you have sent us to info@thrivetimeshow.com. We've had literally hundreds and hundreds of people that are sending these in, and I was talking to Dr. Z about it, and I said, hey, we aren't going to be able to answer all these questions unless we make every single segment of the radio show a separate Ask Us Anything from Clay to Z segment, because we literally are not going to be able to keep up. And so we've done the research, done the show notes, and so it's kind of like you're getting little business coaching moments segment by segment. So here's the question. Chup, can you read us the question?
All right, question. Here we go. How do you know when an employee has quit their job mentally but is still coming to work to collect that paycheck?
Okay. Well, in the show intro, one of the lyrics I wrote there says, God has a plan you just didn't yet know about workflows, scripts, systems, and hiring. Motivating yourself when you need inspiring, right? What does that mean? Well, a lot of times you don't know what's normal. And so you have somebody working for your team who is nefarious, not doing a good job, unethical, but you don't know what that looks like. And so I'm going to give you the telltale signs to look for that you're going to have to fire this person soon. Okay? So here we go. 1, chronic lateness. If a person is chronically late, they are going to screw you soon. People who are chronically late always, you're saying, but that's my spouse. Work with me. Always are up to something in the game of business. I'm not talking about your wife at church. I don't know what's going on with the church situation. I'm not talking about that. So at work, people who are chronically late are always going that you cannot depend on them. They will eventually screw you. So John D. Rockefeller said, a man has no right to occupy another man's time unnecessarily. Bill Belichick, legendary coach of the New England Patriots. When it snows in New England, and it does a lot, the players are not allowed to arrive even a moment late. If they are a moment late, it affects their playing time, and it is a bad thing. You must demand people to be on time. Now, the second principle, I want to get Charles Kolaw to break this down. People who begin requesting off more than normal, they begin to say, hey, I need to leave early tomorrow. Can I come late the next day? Can I just leave a little bit early? I just need to be off a little bit. I need to have this medical thing. And I get it if it's an isolated thing, but if it begins to trend that way with any level of rapidity over a 2-week window, you know that you're going to be screwed soon. Charles, have you ever seen that move at Kolaw Fitness with you have thousands of customers, hundreds of employees you've had over the years? Have you ever seen that move where the person begins requesting off a lot?
Absolutely. You will see an employee I call disengaged with the company, and you can tell that they are not in line with all the A players, the people that are showing up on time. They show up show up early, stay late, do whatever they got to do to wow the boss. That's what I call an A player for me, is they show up early, stay late, and they wow the boss. What that means is show up like a little bit before time. You're ready and prepared to do what you're supposed to do. And then when you leave, you only leave after you've really accomplished all your tasks. So it's not really like, hey, it's like 4:59, hit the punch-out clock, run to the door so I can be in my car right when it hits 5. You know, that's that shift manager, do the bare minimum, but I still want to collect a paycheck. The real engaged ones that want to like do their job, those are those A players. They show up early, they stay late, they wow their boss, and then you have the ones that are kind of like they barely show up, they want to participate as little as possible, they seem disengaged, and in my mind, I'm already trying to find when's a convenient time to replace them.
Now, we have some epic show notes and notable quotables. We won't be able to get into all of it, which is why I recommend you go to Thrive Time Show. Look at the podcast. You'll see the show notes. But the next 3 signs you want to look for is side comments.
Oh.
Do they make little negative statements after the meeting ends? They roll their eyes and say, whatever, or whatever.
Sure, yeah. Okay.
And so if they do that, they've quit mentally. They're just too weak and they keep showing up. 4th, whispers, meeting behind closed doors.
It's a favorite of yours.
Oh, yes. Meeting, but people who want to close the door to have a meeting are typically talking about something that's either A, very strategic at a high level because they're a boss and the people who work with you can't handle the truth and so it freaks people out, or they're plotting your overthrow. And the 5th is minimizing windows and private conversations outside of the building. So, Chup, I want to get your take and Paul Hood's take on this.
Yeah.
Tim Ferriss has said this in his book, The 4-Hour Work Week. He has said, poisonous people do not deserve your time. To think otherwise is masochistic. Why do business owners need to wake up and recognize that poisonous people deserve to be fired?
Fire them. So you need to get to one of our conferences. If this is you need to learn how to hire and how to train. This is the main thing I see with clients is that they're nervous to fire somebody because they don't have a replacement yet and they know that's going to whack their time, right? It's going to come on and take up a lot of their time. So you need to get out to a conference. If you will search for Thrive Time Show, I'm actually going to get you 2 free tickets right now. Search for Thrive Time Show, subscribe on iTunes or Stitcher, and take a screenshot of your review. Leave us a review, rating and review, take a screenshot, and send that thing with your phone number to info@thrivetimeshow.com. We're going to get you 2 tickets to the February 16th and 17th workshop where we will get in on how to train your employees.
A
how to
$200
hire.
value.
It's a $200 value. They're normally $99 each. So
This just in, we're out of room. I want you to know that.
No.
So Vanessa my wife just purchased 100 more chairs.
So we're not
on
out of room.
Friday. So yeah, because we are literally bursting at the seams. We're reconfiguring the room.
Yes.
And then the exotic cars we just purchased with Andy, the exotic. They're kind of like luxurious cars from like the 20s and 30s. Like we just bought a Model T.
Cool.
And a 1938 Chrysler, whatever. Those are moving in too. And there's just a lot of cool swag going in there.
It's going to be awesome.
And you got to see it. You want to come out to the workshop. We're putting a hole in the wall so we can drive the cars into the vehicles soon. There's just a lot of exciting things happening.
Now, the point is, we get back to this Tim Ferriss quote, is that you got to get those poisonous people out of your office and therefore out of your head. Do not give them access to your inner being. They will ruin your joy.
Paul Hood is a man of faith. I'm going to read this notable quotable to Paul, and I'd like for Paul to break it down. This relates to side comments, negative comments of your employees. Matthew 15:18 reads, "But the things that come out of a person's mouth come from the heart, and these defile them." Basically, what people are saying comes out of their heart. Have you ever seen side comments in your offices where you know, okay, there will be a firing soon?
Absolutely. Clay, at hoodcpas.com, we deal with this problem a lot, whether it's in our staff or with clients that we've consulted with. And the thing that I see is notice is watch for when you walk up and they're talking and they stop talking. I look for 2 things. Their conversations are going on and the boss walks up and they stop talking. Second thing is a lot of times, and I think it's kind of funny, I've had employees and clients that have said this, that it's the guy that's bragging about how much work they're doing that you got to watch for too. They're not really showing up, but boy, when they see you, boss, I was here till midnight last night. That kind of stuff. So you got to watch both sides.
Now, in our next segment, we're going to answer the question: how do you develop mental toughness? I'm so excited to get inside Charles Kolaw's head. He's a fitness expert. He's an entrepreneur. He has an MBA. How to develop mental toughness. So when we come back after this break, or on the next segment, how to develop mental toughness, right here on the Thrive Time Show, on your radio or podcast. Download. I remember my days back in the dorm room, tuned to the gloom like the temple of doom, overwhelmed with the doubts that try to consume my hope for the future that I could pursue. But